only thing with the White Sox, I say they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh God, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.
What is going on, everybody? It is T-Bone and Keith with MV3. Today is a fantastic day. Probably our second favorite sports day of the year.
And it's Victory Monday.
And it's for some. Because it is the start officially of college basketball.
Ooh.
I've been watching college basketball all day. I bet on some disgusting games. That's all I can say. But we are here to talk about college basketball.
Whatever you want.
Yours is probably pretty good so far. But we got college basketball. We got some football. A lot of stuff going on this week. We'll get into some college basketball. But we also have an episode on Wednesday where we'll go over more of the next week's stuff and our picks. We've been kind of doubling up recently. So we are back to our 2 a week for this week. Keith, how we doing? How we feeling?
Feeling good. Football had me in hell this week.
Yep.
Terrible Saturday.
Sure.
Genuinely terrible. Saturday sucked. T-Bone's gone. My Saturday sucked, and now I'm alone here, so that's cool. Now he's back, maybe. But Saturday was awful. Yesterday, I rebounded. I was great.
That's good.
It was great yesterday. Had Jordan Addison touchdown in the last game. Had the Rams, Hurts over passing yards, and the Commies. Kept it simple, and we dominated yesterday. But, it was a good weekend. Good weekend. Vikings won. Sam Darnold has me in hell. But other than Sam Darnold having me in hell, it is going pleasantly well.
That's good. I figured out what happened. Apparently, my house, one of my vines is to me to exit, I guess. I don't really understand why that is. I don't love that for me.
No, that's not a positive.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to change it because I do not like that. So, but hey, we're here. It's all good.
And don't talk to me about the Bucks. Don't ask me. I
wasn't going to.
Good. Just so everybody knows. Just good.
Oh, there we go. I disabled it. There we go. Now I won't accidentally click it. That's good to know. Football was not good to me either. Couple things were close. Nothing actually hit. Just first full loss in a while. But I'm
going to say this about the Packers. We were right. They should have played Willis.
Yeah, they should have given Love this week or last week to recover. By this week, we would have been great going in for the rest of the season. But now he might have a nagging injury, very clearly affecting him. I think he's trying to overcompensate with his arm, and I think some of his turnover reasons are because he's trying to overcompensate because he's not confident enough stepping into throws and stuff like that. Some are just bad decisions, no doubt, but I think some of it is he's not confident not only in his groin now, but also his knee previously. So hopefully this bye gets him right. He's not trying to force anything too soon. So I'm looking forward to see how he kind of progresses there and hopefully kind of turns around, has a better second half on how he finished the season last year. And he kind of does that going forward. But, if not, it's always fun watching the gun show. That pick six was bad, though.
It was, wow. Football was fun yesterday for me. Only the second half of the Vikings game. But the rest of the day was fantastic. The Bears, sorry, Corey. I mean, he watches all the time.
Yeah.
The Bears are a fucking disaster. They stink.
do.
Eberflus needs to be fired, and the Bears are done. I'm just considering right now they're done. Their season's over.
Sitting at
And
above
thanks
500,
for
they're
playing.
done.
It was fun for the Bears fans to think they were elite for 6 weeks. I do like the Bear fans. Don't get me wrong, but they talked a little bit too much this year at 4-2. And
it's our year. It's our year again. It's our year. It's our time. It looks like they're going to be put right back into the situation they were with Fields. They're going to draft a rookie quarterback, fire his head coach into his first year, bring in a second guy. So
they have to, though.
I know, but they said that with Fields too, and look where that got them. This is just a vicious cycle of theirs. They waited 1 year too late. They should have fired Eberflus going into the season, last season, whatever.
Yeah.
Get a new guy and let him, like, quote, pick Caleb and let them kind of grow together. But nope. But once again, the Bears are going to bear. It's just, it is what it is. No problem. But to start, we can do our Weddle per normal. Give me, you know where we're at. Give me an NFL football player, please.
Okay. NFL football player.
Position player. This is the normal first.
Oh, this is the first one. So
Yes.
I'll probably get it on the first hit. We're going to go with CeeDee Lamb. Simple. CeeDee Lamb. Knowing this game, I'm surprised it wasn't it.
Very young. He's very young.
Very young.
In the NFC, how about...
Just do a rookie quarterback.
In the NFC?
Yeah. Caleb Williams. Spencer Rattler. There you go. Okay, he's 24. Bam. All right.
He's not... Oh, he's not... Okay, running back. 24-year-old running back? In the NFC East or West?
Really?
Or North? Ooh. Okay. I have one. I don't. Oh, he's not active. Okay, never mind.
Maybe because I was gonna say he's not involved with football.
Yeah. No, I guess not.
Let's go Jahmyr Gibbs.
Gibbs. I like Gibbs.
Got it. Nailed it. I nailed it again.
Close.
Nope. Damn it.
Size,
all right,
position.
So the NFC West.
NFC
running backs in the
West.
NFC West.
Kyron?
Yeah, maybe. Is he that young? I don't know.
He is. Yep.
Yeah, bam.
Daily hard. Okay, hard. We're going to go very simple. Brandon McManus, kicker. Okay, not a specialist. No problem. We're in
Brandon
the NFC.
McManus on your mind.
Yep.
We're going to do... I'm thinking it's a corner.
Okay.
Trayvon Diggs.
Okay, we're in the East.
NFC East.
And we're on offense. And he's younger. He's 25. Short. Or no, he's taller than 6'3". So this could be a tight end.
A.J. Brown. Isn't he like 6'3"?
No, 6'1".
6'1".
So
okay,
this guy's got to be 6'5" or taller. Got to be a tight end or an offensive lineman.
It's a Dallas Goedert again. No, it's not the Eagles.
No,
not the Eagles.
It's not.
So it's not the Eagles. So it's either a Commander or the other team.
Zach Ertz is too old.
It's a Commander
Giants.
of the Giants. So Giants. It is going to be.
Oh, I think I got it.
Oh, he scored a touchdown yesterday.
Whoa.
6'6".
Not
on the Commanders. A 6'6" Commander.
It's a quarterback.
Jaden Daniels is not that tall. Marcus Mariota is not that tall. Are we screwed?
Is that an offensive lineman?
I think it might be an offensive lineman, and we're really
Hold on, I'm
screwed.
just gonna
'Cause it's
guess
a
Quentin
commander
Nelson.
offensive lineman.
It is an offensive lineman. Yikes!
Oh no, it's a
Okay.
commander offensive lineman.
Yeah, it is. It is an. Oh wow!
I don't
Okay.
know any we might lose.
Okay,
the
hold
side.
on. Come on. Give us some time. We can figure this out. There's got to be. They don't have that big tackle anymore. That's a problem because he left.
I don't. Trent Williams left.
God.
I don't know a commander offensive lineman. I wish people watch this show or we could get some fucking comments here.
That's tough.
I mean,
that is tough.
I wish they had this for basketball. We're gonna lose the first time ever.
Don't they have a rookie though? Don't they have like a rookie?
Maybe if we just type in like Johnson and something will come up. I don't know.
Okay. How about what's a Johnson? Anthony Johnson Jr. That sounds like a big offensive lineman. No, DB.
He's a D-back for the Giants. Oh, we're
how about
screwed.
like a Coleman? No, it's not Keon Coleman.
I genuinely have nothing. It's an offensive fucking lineman. I think we just lost.
How about a White?
First time for everything, but I think we just lost. I am helpless.
How about Jordan Whitehead? No, he's a DB.
It's over.
How about like a Brandon Jones, Joseph, Brandon McManus, Brandon Stevens? That sounds like a good. No,
I'm sorry, everyone. We've failed.
This is the first time we've ever done this.
We failed everyone. This is our fault.
I'm just gonna go with a Brandon because I think Brandon Jones. That's a good name. Sam Cosme. Never. We're never getting that. Sam.
Yes,
Cosme?
screwed.
I gotta look this up. Who the fuck is Sam Cosme?
That guy. I'll never forget that guy. That's our first loss because of that guy. That's unbelievable.
Okay. Sam Cosme. Right guard out of Texas. 2nd round pick. This guy sucks.
How are we supposed to know that? Why would the game do that to us? It's fucked up.
I don't even know if he's played. Oh, he did. He got a $74 million extension.
Oh my!
Wow.
So we should have known that, is what they're trying to tell us.
I don't know if should have known that, but I think we could have known that. I guess I don't really keep track of offensive lineman extensions, but that's okay. Yeah. All right. So, do you want to start NFL or college football first? Where do you want to start?
Let's do the NFL.
All right, Saints fire.
I'm hot on the trail for the NFL.
The Saints fire their head coach. How do we feel about that?
They had to.
Dennis Allen, you're fired.
They had to. They're 2-7. They lost 7 in a row. They lost to the Panthers. I mean, that's just. I mean, they were fake news from the start of the season, as we all knew.
Yep, I bought into it.
You bought into it. We were on this show, I believe, when the 2-0 teams, and you were like, "Yeah, they're for real." Yeah,
I don't know if I definitely said they're for real. I think I said, "Hey, maybe they're for real."
Something like that.
No,
you can't lose to the Panthers in this league,
no.
And it just seems like everyone hates each other. Derek Carr is a mess.
Him and Michael Thomas are going at it. Apparently,
on the team.
Apparently, Michael Thomas and him always hated each other.
That's funny, dude. Michael Thomas, out of all people, is just like ripping him to shreds for
it's like, hey man, you kind of didn't do much while you kept getting hurt and didn't really help. So
hey, you suck.
Yeah.
Just it's a bad situation. They're cooked. I mean, they're terrible. I mean, who are they going to bring in too? They need like an offensive guy, but they also need to gut the roster in a sense.
Sean Payton.
They're still like hanging on to guys who are like not good anymore. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. I would say that I don't know who they could bring in. I don't know an offensive mind. Ben Johnson.
Well, you know everyone's going to want Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson is the number one guy who everyone's going to want.
Yes.
I don't know if he leaves. He's got a pretty good gig in Detroit.
If they win the Super Bowl, he leaves.
But the Saints have a history of being competitive, so they have some ownership that's willing to spend some money, I can imagine. So Alvin Kamara is still there. You know, you got a decent receiving core in Olave and Rashid Shaheed. You need a quarterback, but Kamara, you still probably got a good couple years out of if you don't got to pay him again. You got Kendre Miller. I mean, he's young, hurt, but
Chris Olave.
Yep, him and Rashid Shaheed. Like you don't. It's probably not that bad of a team, but I just think Dennis Allen sucks as a coach.
Yeah, no, they actually do have a decent roster. It's at places, but like the guys that they're bringing, like it's not going to work. If it's not working now, you got to just cut loose on most of these guys, and they don't do that. And they
play the salary cap game, and then
right
doesn't really work out sometimes.
It never does.
Yeah, they're always flat.
It never. Yeah. You can't like Kamara. They should have traded him. If I'm honest, they should trade him and just start over. And you can't build around a running back, in my opinion.
No, but if he's willing to be there, I mean, he's of value. He's not the problem. So
I guess you could say that. Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I don't know what they're going to do. But I think they're just going to keep losing football games right now. There's nothing else they can do. I'm okay with that, though.
They're going to lose, and they're going to keep losing. It's an ugly situation.
Yeah, it's not great for anyone. I'm curious who else might be on the docket to get hired out there. I'm trying to look.
Who's next? Mike McCarthy has to be next, no?
He should have been fired last year.
But he should get fired.
But probably, right?
I mean, him hiring Mike Zimmer after Mike was out of football for a year just to come in and magically repair his defense. I know Micah Parsons has been out. Now Dak's out. They are so screwed. They are more screwed than anyone. Like, it's not even funny. But, like, so I think they need to be the team now that, you know, let's just move on. It's not working.
Let's just try to rebuild this thing. Probably need a year or two. But is there any big surprises coming out of this weekend? I mean, I love for the Cowboys. You see Dak on the sideline just blatantly saying we fucking suck. Like,
yeah. But I mean, he's honest. He's honest. And
he's honest. There's no doubt.
Surprises this weekend? No, it was a chalk weekend. I think 12 out of 13 favorites won.
I'm looking at it. I don't see.
I think that's what happened. It was dull, in my opinion. There was
I mean, I think the two that didn't win were Titans.
Even the road dogs.
Patriots, I think, were favored. I think Patriots were favored and the Saints were favored, and they both lost.
Yeah.
Everyone else, I believe, won. Not a lot.
It was a crappy week.
Bengals Raiders ended up being a pretty high scoring game considering. Ravens kind of just beat the shit out of the Broncos. They just are. It is what it is. It's fine. I mean, I think one of the surprises, not even a surprise, but that the Packers lost, but they played well on offense somehow, having 400 yards. But
this is
That was weird to me. That was weird to watch. So
there's times in the games when, like, it seems like LaFleur gets like really conservative.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's times like in the game you saw like the difference between the teams. Like, first drive early, fourth and goal from the 5. Lions fuck field goals. They're going out and getting it. They don't care. I think the Packers had many fourth downs like in the fucking Lions territory, and they're deciding to kick field goals. They're punting the ball. I mean, fine, go ahead.
Yeah, and I mean Detroit going for it. I mean, Amon-Ra made a great catch. Like, fine, they had a good play, and not like Nixon got beat.
They were ready for
better offense. It wasn't bad defense, but even looking at it, I mean, I don't think the Lions did not dominate. Like, the Packers moved the ball up and down. They just couldn't finish a drive. So I think like the positive for myself and Packers fans is, hey man, like if you don't miss that one field goal that would have made it like when they would have had 6 in the second half. If you don't miss that field goal, and Love doesn't have an inexcusable pick 6 at the end of the half, this game's tied. Like that's it.
Yeah, dude, but that's the thing. Those pick 6s, like,
they're bad. It was bad.
They do kill.
Yeah, 100%. They kill you. But just like, hey, you have a pick 6 and a missed field goal. You're 2 plays away from this game being tied against probably the best team in the NFC right now. So for Packers fans who are going to say, "Oh my God, Love is awful," he made a bad decision, no doubt. He made a bad decision. I can't fault him for that, but like it happens. He still threw for 273. Like, Jacobs ran the ball for almost 100 yards. Jaden Reed had 100 yards in the air. Like, they literally just couldn't finish drives.
How much is garbage time? Tell me.
I mean, I don't really think I can't say it's garbage time. I mean, Jaden Reed, garbage time was kind of halftime catch.
When they're down, what was it? They're down 24-3 or 24-6, and they score a touchdown on a long drive.
Yeah, but I'm not even going to say it was garbage time. I mean, they had over 400
come
yards.
on.
I'm just saying.
Not garbage time?
No.
What do you mean the game is over?
No, it's not.
It was.
I'm just saying you can't tell me that their offense is bad.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I think when it takes a step up, it gets a little shaky because, like, I think when
they had 411 yards, like,
yeah, but when you take a step up, like, the mistakes that Love is making are like magnified against good teams. Am I crazy for saying that? Like, it happened against the Eagles and the Vikings and the Lions.
Yeah. Their penalties doesn't help. They doubled the amount of penalties.
That's bad. That's bad. That shit's unacceptable. I don't really know how you do. Like, for me, the Vikings were doing that last week in week 8, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, the Packers aren't like that drastically far behind the Lions. Like, I just can't believe that they're so far behind that Love gets healthy and come like come
I'm going to be honest, I think
they could have a rematch. What?
No, well, they're on pace for that, I would say.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to give either team some massive edge or massive like blow.
Dude, I'm giving the edge to the Lions over everyone right now.
I'm giving the edge to the Lions, but I'm not going to be like
to the league.
Oh, what?
To the entire league. Like, I think it's right now the Lions and everyone else, and I've been saying that.
Lions, Ravens.
Yeah, but the Lions aren't going to lose a random game to Jameis Winston. They're just not.
No, you're not. You're not wrong.
They're just not.
I mean, they lost a random game to Baker Mayfield, though.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. Yeah.
And so I hear what you're saying. I just think it's. I'm optimistic for the Packers going forward. I think there's some stuff you obviously have to fix, but now you get a bye, then you get to go to Chicago. 49ers, who knows? You might be dealing with the CMC and a rejuvenated 49ers team. That could not go well. But then you go to the Dolphins. That should be a win. Then you get the Lions again. So who knows? And then you get to end the season, Saints, Vikings, Bears. 2 out of those 3 games should be pretty cupcake games at home. You got to go to the Vikings. That's a toss-up right now, I would say. Probably lead Vikings since they're at home. I'm fine. I just hate the Packers fans that, oh my God, fire everyone. This team sucks. It's like, guys,
those are my favorite Packer fans.
Over 17 games, you're going to have a couple stinkers, even as a good team. Or you're just going to lose. It happens.
I think for the Packer fans, it's just, I think it's the teams that they're losing to. Like I said, so the Lions are 7-1, they lost. The Eagles are 6-2, they lost. The Vikings are 6-2, they lost. So that's what people are mad about, if anything.
Yeah, but
because they think they should be on that top level.
Yeah, but then they beat the Texans. They beat the Texans.
Right, but the Texans might stink. I told you. I called that Jets game.
Yeah, whatever, dude. They beat the shit out of the Cardinals. The Cardinals aren't great, but the Cardinals aren't bad. They're first in the NFC
love the
West.
Cardinals. I said they were going to make the playoffs at the beginning of the year.
And they're leading the NFC West right now, and the Packers beat them by 20.
Do you think they win the NFC West?
Possibly.
I hope they do, but
McCaffrey's now activated, but you don't know if he's going to be McCaffrey right away. You hope the 49ers, you sat him this long, that he should be Christian McCaffrey off rip, but you just don't know that. But of the AFC South and the NFC West leaders, the Packers beat the shit out of them. Not the Texans, but they beat 2 quality teams. They lost, and their only losses are to other quality teams. So against 5 quality teams, they go 2-3. I'm going to be concerned if we lose to the Niners, the Lions again, and the Vikings.
What does the upcoming schedule even look like? I don't even know.
Bye week at Chicago.
Bye week's next.
Yeah, bye week's next.
Okay.
So bye week at the Bears versus 49ers, home against Dolphins, at Detroit, at Seattle, home against New Orleans, at Minnesota, home versus the Bears.
I just look at the Niners game. That's the game, I think that's an important one because I really do believe the Niners are on the uptick now.
I would be okay. I would honestly be okay. And I think the Packers would be, even if they lost again to the Vikings and the Lions. I don't think they will. I think they split that. Split the season series, I should say. So I think they get the Lions and they get the Vikings. And even if they only split those games, I don't think it's the end of the world. The third NFC North team.
The playoffs at the end of the day. Let's just make the playoffs.
Yeah, the third team in the NFC North is still going to be a high-quality team, whether it's the Packers or the Vikings. They're both going to be quality teams, even though you hate your own team.
I do not hate my own team. I hate my own quarterback right now.
He's great.
I hate Darnold. I can't. He had
I don't know what you're talking about.
To be fair, though, I step back from the game, and I shouldn't complain because the way Darnold's playing is way better than anyone expected. But he still is Sam Darnold. He's throwing just awful passes. He misses guys all the time. He holds on to the ball too long. The first 3 games was great, and now he's not good. That's all I got to say. He's just not good. He's tapered out. I don't know. The Vikings will be in the playoffs, I think, after winning last night because they got the Jags and the Titans next. I don't know what that means for the playoffs. Probably nothing, in my opinion, but
probably not much.
They'll be there.
They will. They'll be there. You're not wrong about that.
I think they'll be there, which is cool, I guess. I hope it's Arizona. Vikings at Arizona wild card weekend. That's my hope.
Hey, all I will say is there were some great plays this week. You had Devontae Smith catch the Saquon backwards hurdle, probably one of the nastiest things I've ever seen in a game.
Nastiest thing. Yeah, it's up there.
I've never seen anyone get backwards hurdle anybody, okay? I don't.
The Rams Seahawks game was one of the best games I've
That
watched.
was a great game. That bomb to DeMarcus
That was
Robinson.
awesome.
That was a great catch. Great throw. Great catch. A lot of just good plays. But like we said, everything kind of went pretty chalky outside of two. But those games were also they were playing bad teams. So, like the 1-6 Titans beating the 2-7 Patriot or 2-6 Patriots isn't like something crazy.
Rank
I
the
don't
rookie
think so.
quarterbacks right now.
What?
Rank rookie quarterbacks right now.
Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams,
Wow.
JJ McCarthy, Spencer Rattler,
Drake May played good yesterday.
Drake May.
I don't think he's a guy, but he did.
I
play
think
well.
I think it's too early to tell me if he's a guy. I think he could be, but I don't know 100% yet. I'm not certain.
I'm definitely not
certain
sold,
he is.
but
I could see them getting sneaky and beating the Bears this next week. I wouldn't be shocked if the Patriots beat the Bears this week.
oh god, that would be miserable for the Bears. I mean, like, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think
Drake May is also facing some of the issues Mac Jones had. There's no one around him. I mean, they have Ramondre Stevenson, who is pretty solid. Yeah. But they don't have any like offensive weapons. And they haven't addressed that since they got rid of Mac Jones. So I don't really know how I.
They also just don't have the coach either. They're just like the Bears.
I don't mind. I don't mind Mayo. Plus, if we know anything from Patriots, that he probably gets a decently long leash. Was my guess.
I just don't think it's anyone to like help a rookie quarterback. That's my thought process. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know about their offensive coordinator. I couldn't even tell you who the Patriots OC is.
I forget.
But I don't think. Yeah, I think it's still too early. I've seen good things from May. I've seen some bad things. But yeah, I mean, do you have? It's obviously Jade Daniels, Bo Nix as 1-2, right? There's no.
I think there's an argument for Caleb Williams still at 2. I really think Caleb Williams is in a god awful situation. Like not like
but Broncos are also above 500 as well.
Coaching wise, like you give me Sean Payton. I don't like Sean Payton. I hate him. But if you give me Sean Payton, or you give me Eberflus, like. So for me,
I have faith in Peyton more than I do Eberflus.
Daniels, Caleb, JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix, Drake May.
No, you can't put JJ over
JJ
Drake.
McCarthy's literally sitting on the sideline.
You can't put Bo Nix under JJ.
I can because I want to.
But Bo Nix actually has a 500 record right now.
Right, but when he plays a good team, he gets absolutely destroyed.
Is that him? Is that him who got destroyed?
Well, he's on the team.
Yeah, he is on the team. He threw a pick, but I don't know, man. I think Bo Nix is better than you're giving him credit, to be honest.
No, I think it's a good rookie class. I really do. I just think Bo Nix, he's in a good system. He's definitely in a good system. It's amazing they are the record they are. They've beaten a lot of bad teams. They were a part of the Dennis Allen firing. They demolished them on Thursday night, if you recall. I don't know. Another team I'm just really not.
I mean, they also kind of took it to the Bucks. They beat the Bucks by
that was a good win. That was a good win.
A couple weeks ago, but I mean, they lost a close one to the Steelers, lost a close one to the Seahawks, lost a close one to the Chargers. This is the only game, the Ravens game, that they got blown out. Every other game has been one possession. So, they're nothing crazy, but I think Denver's on the right path compared to like the Bears.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what about the very highly contested the offensive player of the year race? Derrick Henry puts up another 2 touchdowns, 106 yards. Saquon has kind of like a Heisman moment of sorts. puts up 160 yards rushing and a touchdown.
So is Saquon the offensive player of the year, or is Derrick Henry?
My heart wants it to be Saquon so bad. But he outrushed Derrick Henry this week, so now he's only like 130.
I think Saquon's got a good shot because
so do I, because he also,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Nick Sirianni, give Saquon the fucking ball inside the 5, you piece of shit. Stop with this push crap. At least give Saquon a look.
Did you
Give
see
one look.
mid choke yesterday? Like they
Oh,
did win
man.
the game. Pretty lucky, but mid choke, they were up 22-16, and I believe it was 4th and a yard. And they decided to, instead of tush push for once, to try to trick the Jags, they did like a play action boot, and Hurts ran like 30 yards sideways and then threw it away.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
dumb.
like so
That
Nick
stuff's dumb.
Sirianni.
Like, hey, if you're going to do the tush push, do it. But also, if you
You're right.
get first and goal at the 4, give Saquon a look. Dear Lord. Like, if he had 4 more touchdowns, two more touchdowns, I think he is by far ahead. Because I think, I hope this is going to happen. People are going to love Lamar so much and give him the MVP. You can't, granted, this helps me immensely. You cannot give the MVP and the offensive player of the year to the same teammates. They have to take away from each other. They have to. You can't be like, okay, he's got more yards. Well, yeah, he's got the MVP fucking next to him. He better have a good year. Like, maybe that's me being selfish. Like, maybe that's me being selfish. And I'm okay with that. Because TJ Watt just continues to beat the shit out of teams and single-handedly dominate games. I mean, they didn't play this week, but I don't think defensive player of the year is a question.
It should
Watt.
be.
It's TJ Watt.
It's not. It's TJ
because
Watt.
they're not
You're
giving it to Dexter Lawrence on a shitty Giants team. Myles Garrett doesn't have the numbers on a bad team. TJ Watt's going to do their normal. He's going to be in line for above 500 playoff spot. Like,
no, it definitely is.
And with Hutchinson going down when he was leading the league in sacks.
It's going to be super fun when the Steelers win the AFC. Because of TJ Watt, Sussy Russy, and
God, I can't. That's going to hurt. But hey, man, I am such a Saquon believer at this point that I just want him to win. And I kind of hope the Eagles just rip off like 5 straight and he goes for like 150 each game. Like, at this point, you just kind of got to hope for it. I mean, Henry's already got 1,000 yards. Barkley's only 75 behind him. Well, that's not true. Henry's got 1,050, and Saquon has 925. So he's 125 total yards behind Henry. But Henry's got one more game.
Yeah, exactly.
So 6 and 3.
It's going to be based on Sirianni. If Sirianni
can get Saquon a couple more touchdowns, yes.
If he decides like, okay, Saquon's taking the offense,
which he should.
Yeah, he should. And if he does decide that, then you're in good shape.
Yeah, right now I still think it's a toss-up between the two, and I get it. I'm just hopefully the Ravens have a. Well, what are their schedules? Are they gonna hit any quality teams?
But they.
They got to play Bengals, Steelers, Chargers, Eagles. None of those are give me games. Maybe the Chargers are probably the most likely, right? Bengals, they can get hot. The Steelers have a good defense. Chargers aren't bad. They're in the hunt. The Eagles are good. I mean, yeah, they still got to play the Steelers twice. They got to play the Browns again. The Texans have a good run defense, I believe, right? Right?
Texans are done, man.
No, shut up.
I'm done.
You think everyone is just done.
Texans are auto fade the rest of the year.
I'm fine with that. Let's see. I mean, yeah. Oh, Philly gets the Cowboys next. Oh, gonna be dirty. Oh, and Saquon gets the Giants as the last game of the year to like put a stamp on everything. Oh, give me Saquon 200 yards rushing that game. Give it
He'll
to
probably
me.
break his record.
Probably, right? It's gonna be close.
I mean, they might trade Dexter Lawrence. Who knows? So then it's really bad.
Bring him on to the Packers.
Minnesota.
No, you guys are toast. Shut up. You know that.
But he's locked in for the future too.
Yeah, give me another former Giant, just like we took Xavier McKinney. Come on, Dex, sexy Dexy. Look what happened. The Packers need some pass rush help right now. Give him the first round pick. I don't give a fuck. We suck at first round picks. We're good in the later rounds of the draft. We don't need a first round pick. Trade that bitch. Trade that shit, please.
I feel the same way most of the time.
If they said, "Yo, you give us our first round pick, you take Dexter Lawrence," I'd be like, "Yeah,
the last team in the league that's trading their picks is the Packers."
Yeah, but we suck at first round picks.
The Vikings have since Kwesi came in, the GM. The Vikings have sucked at the draft. Period.
Didn't you get Dallas Turner and JJ McCarthy?
Correct, but the rest of the drafts picks. If you could name one good draft pick in the last 3 years of the Vikings, I'd be amazed.
Jordan Addison.
Okay, got me.
Okay,
got me.
Yep.
Got me. It's a bad class. It's a bad last 3 years. Remember Louis Cine? Where's he?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Louis Cine. Exactly. Guy's a bum.
That's fair.
They
All right,
cut
that's
him.
fair.
I don't know where
game
he is
just kicked
right
off. Bucks versus Chiefs. Who you got tonight before we wrap up and go on to college football?
Oh, that game's brutal. I think I literally didn't pick the game because college basketball. I said, forget it. I would take the Chiefs if you put a gun to my head.
Sure. As you probably are, right?
But like the Buck, I don't like betting Mahomes in high spreads, but like without the guys, with the guys that are missing for Tampa.
Oh, 75-yard touchdown.
For who?
Chiefs.
What happened?
But I'm fucking with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I got freaking Memphis basketball on. But I like the Chiefs because I don't think they have anybody to throw to. Otherwise, I like Baker in the spot. Normally.
I mean, Baker didn't have anyone to throw to last week, and he fucking threw for 300 yards. Granted, in a loss against the Falcons, but
right, it's a better defense this week too.
I have a firm belief that if you score over 24 points, that's 4 scores. You should not lose the game. If you score 24 plus points and you lose, that is on your defense. Thoughts?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I know. I mean, that makes sense.
3 touchdowns and a field goal, and you can't stop them. Oh man, we have issues. Oh, great pass. Oh, great ball movement, Duke. And you missed the 3. You piece of shit.
What's the score there?
60-41. Khan's got like 18 or something.
I bet Duke minus like a lot.
I didn't see how much it was. They were only up 11 at half.
32 it was.
Oh, well, I mean, they're getting up there now. They're up 19. They were only up 11 at half.
I don't think it's going to happen. Duke sucks
close.
again.
I mean,
no. Just kidding.
I didn't bet them. I don't want to know what you would.
Dear God, Wisconsin's down 21-7.
Shut up.
Dear God.
That's awesome. All right, college, but football. How we feeling? Boise State back on top. Austin Genty back up on top.
I'm feeling bad. If you want to ask how I'm feeling, I feel bad.
Here's my thing. I did bet, as I have been, Austin Genty 150 alt rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Do you know how many yards he had this week? He had 149.
149. Yep, I knew it. I knew it was on there somewhere.
Yep. So I missed that bet by 1 yard. That was cool. That was a cool way to start Friday. Oregon took care of Michigan, as I told you they would.
Dude, I had Michigan.
So many
that's
people told me that.
Crap too. I had Michigan, and they scored at the end of the game.
I knew they were. I knew it.
But
I love it.
It's bull. It's shit. That's terrible.
so many people are like,
You can't
"Oh,
do
it's
that
Oregon."
to the national champs. You can't do that to the national champs.
Listen, they had to make a statement. They made a statement, won me some money. I don't know.
This guy's fading his own team. We've lost complete
100% I
control.
fade my own team. I had to. It's Oregon. They're the number one team in the country. You think I'm going to bet? No. You know who really sucks? Carson Beck.
Yeah,
That guy sucks.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Georgia now makes no sense to me because he just seems like can't get out of his own way.
And they still won by 14. Which, I mean, they're down at half. They're down at half. And then they put up 28 in the second half, which Georgia gonna Georgia, but
I like that.
Man.
Georgia gonna Georgia.
They're gonna win the games they're supposed to, but dear goodness. Yeah, man, I don't know. Carson Beck, I'm kind of losing faith on him. He kind of reminds me of he kind of looks like oh my God, this picture looks like he's a tweaker.
Don't, you're going to say something mean about his looks. I can see it coming.
I just said he looks like a tweaker. What do you mean? What? I mean, you can tell me this guy looks healthy?
I mean, he just looks like a.
He looks like he's on meth. He looks like he's on meth. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm not saying that.
Sure, he's a nice guy.
I have no problem.
Good when you have to say, "I'm sure he's a nice guy."
I'm sure he is. I have nothing against him personally or anything like that. But the tattoos and this skinny tweaker kind of look, this guy don't look 6'4", 220. This guy looks like he's 6'4", $160.
He has a great looking girlfriend.
He's dating one of the Cavender twins. I
know. He's winning at life, though. He's
Jake
really
Ferguson
winning
is dating the other one. Believe me, I know they're both very attractive.
They're both winning.
Yeah, man. I'm not saying that he's not winning at life. He's the quarterback of Georgia. I'm not saying.
Do you think they're still going to make the playoff? Right? They're still going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't see them. I mean, Ole Miss could get them. Tennessee could also get them.
Right.
They have 2 tough weeks coming up.
Dude, I am
Ole Miss, I'm back on the Jackson Dart train after last week, okay? I'm back on the train. I'm ripping darts again with Jackson Dart. That's all I got for you. I'm back on that train.
Darts with Jackson Dart.
Yeah. So that's, man. I mean, if they beat Ole Miss and Tennessee, they have UMass and Georgia Tech. Obviously, they're getting in the playoffs. But there's a world they lose both of these games.
There is a world. That's what I'm saying.
Ole Miss has figured out their offense, and Tennessee has looked better and better every week and continues to improve.
Tennessee makes no sense to me.
You're
Tennessee scares me every week I watch them. I'm like, I don't know about them. And then they beat Bama, so it's like.
But then they lose. Yeah, but then they barely beat Kentucky. So, I get it. But then we have the big game of the week. The game of the week: Ohio versus the Lions of Pedophileville, Pennsylvania. Penn State Penitentiary against Ohio. I actually don't hate Penn State. I understand as a Michigan fan I'm supposed to, but they've never actually beaten us when we're good. So I don't really have any ill will towards them.
Shout out Ohio State, huh? What a win.
That sucked, man. Penn State started up 10-0. I'm like, yes, let's do it. And what did I tell you? It's me, whoever fucks up the least. That happened to be Ryan Day. All because James Franklin, after starting up 10-0, can score only 3 points the rest of the game.
So
I still don't think either of these teams have a legitimate shot at the national championship.
So how many teams do you have in the playoffs right now from the Big Ten? Just coming out of it right now.
4.
Zooming out, how many
teams?
4. Okay, all right. That's what I like to hear. He's got Indiana.
Of course I want to be smoking the Sig Signetti tree all playoff long. I want the Sig Signetti. That's what I want.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And
the best part, we can see Indiana play this team.
I'm still on that wagon of when is it going to happen? When is Indiana going to disappear?
It's not.
And they just don't. They don't.
You know what's going to happen? Let me get the crystal ball right here. Indiana is going to go and shock the world and beat Ohio State. And Ohio State's going to be drunk little puppies off of sadness. And then they are going to lose again to Michigan for the 4th straight year, missing the playoffs.
Oh, he's back. He's
they're
back.
Be 10-3, and they're going to lose to Michigan in the last game of the year, the game, and they're going to be out of the college football playoff, out of the Big Ten championship, and it's going to be a great day when my 6-6 Michigan Wolverines are beating the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Do they beat Indiana?
No, I'm not going to say Iowa. Iowa sucks, but I love what they did to Wisconsin. I love that for us, Braden. We love that. I'm just saying, right now, you wait until Ohio State loses to Indiana by 10+ points.
So if you think Michigan has a chance against Ohio State, do you think they have a chance against Indiana this weekend?
No, because I think Indiana is a better football team.
This is terrible.
What do you mean?
Terrible.
What do you mean?
What's the spread?
Of what?
Of Indiana and Michigan. I'm the guy on this show that's going to have to carry the fucking wagon here. I'm going to have to carry the flag.
14.
I'm going to have to go with Michigan
14.
until
Michigan is not covering 14 against Indiana.
14?
Yeah.
It's Indiana.
Have you ever been to Bloomington, Indiana?
No,
it's rocking.
I see 14.5. I will take Michigan with honor and pride for the national champs because the co-host I have on here doesn't want to do it. 14, give it to me.
14.
I'll take Michigan.
Why? Why?
Because I am a pessimistic guy.
Hey,
so you're telling me. So
I will say. I knew Oregon would win, but they didn't get dominated. This wasn't like a Texas,
played
Michigan.
Okay, in my opinion.
They played fine. Like they mix in the quarterbacks, which is why I have faith that they're going to lose to Indiana. That's fine, but they have enough there to possibly and will break through the Ohio State. And we're going to win for the 4th year in a row, and it's going to be the best win ever because we're going to be like 6-6 at that point. I can't wait.
Michigan. I got Michigan.
Michigan might not win again until they play Ohio State. Just fun fact.
There'll probably be more Michigan fans at the game in Indiana this weekend.
I'd go to the game.
There you go. 2:30 Saturday.
I'm not busy.
See you there.
Let's go. Let's do it.
No.
Okay, they'll beat Northwestern. Yeah, they're going to be 6-5 going into Ohio State. What is this? What's it? Get out! What is this? Get out of this, you fucking bot! Get out of here, banned.
Oh, to watch college basketball, dude? Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's what that is.
It says NCAA basketball.
Yeah, sure. You go ahead, click that. Go ahead. See what happens. So yeah, that's where I'm at with Michigan. So you see where I'm at. Miami just decided to wake up in the second half and drop 36 on Duke's head.
Yeah.
Granted, I had Duke's points over, I believe it was 22, maybe 22. I think it was 22. That was an easy over.
So the ACC, we found a lot of clarity in the Clemson loss too.
Hello, it is Miami and it's nobody else.
I think you're right.
Well, SMU is there as well. You got to remember that SMU beat the shit out of Pitt. So both in the ACC, that was interesting.
I think you're right. I do love SMU at this point because I was on Pitt.
I was so on Pitt. I was like, yo, SMU played Duke. SMU barely won. Like, Pitt's undefeated has looked good. Yeah, give me Pitt. No.
Yeah, no, that was like the start of my night just going awful. The whole Badgers were getting killed. I had South Carolina, but everything else, USC, terrible. I've had just terrible on Saturday. Yeah, Clemson, I think Clemson comes back from what happened, but I mean, that was just uncharacter. I don't even know what that was.
Right.
I think they can still make the ACC title game, but I don't know. Like SMU might not lose again. They play Boston College, Virginia, and California.
And Miami doesn't have to play Clemson or SMU, so it's probably going to be Miami SMU.
I mean, that's crazy. And
Pittsburgh,
I think the problem with that is, I think
Pitt plays Clemson still.
I mean, I think it's literally Miami SMU. I think Miami now,
Clemson,
for
Louisville.
me, it's never a cakewalk with Miami. I've learned because they just decide to play half-ass for some points of the game. Yeah. But I think Miami now is for my opinion, after this past week and what happened to seeing to Clemson, I think Miami is going to be in the playoff. I don't know if that's bold. That's not bold, but they're in the playoff, and that's crazy and probably good for college football, to be honest.
100%. I mean, hey, Cam Ward, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Welcome back to the Heisman talks.
I mean, if they go undefeated, yeah.
Great game. Indiana, I don't know why people keep giving Indiana touchdown spreads when they beat a team by fucking 40. I don't really get it. 14 is a lot, and I think they cover that with ease.
Can we talk about the Big 12 quick?
Yeah, that's
another insane day in the Big 12. I love this conference so much. We got Iowa State. They get beat at the last second by Texas Tech.
After they came back and scored in the last seconds.
you turn the TV channel, you turn it to Kansas State. They're playing bums from Houston. They beat them. It's like Kansas State now with the burrito guy. I don't know if he's still shoving things, but this is a great conference. Like, this is opening the doors for Colorado, and that is the best part about it. Even if Colorado plays in the Big 12 title game, it is great for college football.
Colorado needs to win out.
And, I mean, I think they will.
It's going to be BYU Colorado.
Which would be fantastic. That is the game I want. I don't like Kansas State. No offense to Iowa State. They're just not as fun as the other two.
Yeah, you don't got Brock Purdy and Breece Hall. I don't care about you.
Yeah, Colorado does have a tough game going to Texas Tech this week, but I don't think Texas Tech wins again off a win. And then Utah, they play at home. Utah
sucks.
Yeah, it's over. Wilson, it's not good. They're not keeping pace. Kansas is a shit show, but who knows, I guess. You just never know in the Big 12, to be honest. But Oklahoma State on the last week, I'm hoping Colorado can pull it through. I really am. And BYU. Because we love BYU. You know why you love BYU. We love BYU.
Hey, we don't get political here. We just get very religious.
BYU.
We don't get political here, just very religious.
Is BYU going to win out? They probably do. They play Utah. This is the week. Isn't this like what do they call this? The war.
The criminals versus the Christians?
No, it's
BYU Houston rivalry.
It's the Holy War.
The Holy War, right.
Holy War is this week.
Hey, and you know what I say? Yom Kippur. Let's go, Jake Retzlaff.
If this is the game, though, that BYU loses in the Holy War at Utah, I will be sad.
Hey, but then that just opens the door for Colorado.
It's true, and then they have Kansas. Kansas might decide this whole thing. I guess. No. They might. They play all these teams, and then they go to Arizona State on November 23rd. That might be a game I need to.
No, you know what hurt my heart though? Navy getting their ass kicked.
They're done.
Yep. You know who's not done?
Army. They need their quarterback back though, but no, they're not.
Yeah, Navy. That Navy game. As soon as it started keep getting delayed, I was like, "This is trouble." Not that game was delayed like 7 hours.
Yeah.
So I didn't love that.
The AAC though, this has kept my bold prediction that if Navy and Army play, they would cancel the actual game of Army.
If they were undefeated, that ain't going to happen anymore because
no, it's not. Tulane is really good, and they're currently it's Tulane versus Army.
I also have Tulane as the American Conference winner for a parlay.
You're probably right.
Well, conference winner. They have to win the conference game. So
true.
They're not out, but Army is tough. But anything big from college football this weekend? I mean, we talked the big games. I mean, Ole Miss fucking hangs a 60 spot on Arkansas. We talked Houston beating Kansas State, Clemson losing, Texas Tech winning, A&M lost. Actually, that's pretty big. A&M got their ass kicked by South Carolina.
South Carolina was ready, man.
Yeah, man, that's tough because I mean Texas A&M it was in the playoff. So
I know.
Curious to see how that goes. But
there's a lot that can happen, especially with the SEC. The SEC is going to tell it all. I still don't think SEC Big Ten get 9. I just can't. I can't see it. I don't see it. If you put Indiana in there, I really do see it.
I don't.
If Indiana gets in,
Notre Dame is still here, dude.
Yeah, Notre Dame. I don't know how to see. That's the thing. I have no idea how to place Notre Dame because of the loss to NIU, and NIU now aren't very good. And you add the fact
their only loss. You're telling me a one-loss Notre Dame team with a win?
Yeah,
with a win.
Conference.
I know, but they would have wins over A&M, Navy, Louisville, Army, USC.
Navy, that's not a good win anymore. Disregard. Cool. NIU worse that overdoes that one.
No. They would still have a decent amount of quality wins on that schedule.
Dude,
I'm anti Notre Dame. I'm anti-Catholic. I'm all Jew. I'm Team Jew. You know this. I'm not about the Catholics out here for Notre Dame. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on. They had a bye, obviously, so they didn't really do anything this week. Yeah, I mean, next week should be fun. Got some good matchups. Georgia, Ole Miss, Michigan, Indiana. Indiana's going to smack. Alabama, LSU next week. That should be a good game.
Alabama, LSU. Yeah, fantastic.
Georgia, Ole Miss. Another good game. Florida, Texas could get sneaky good, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can cover that more on Wednesday because in the last 15 to 20 minutes. Can I say the
last thing about college football quickly?
Yeah.
How the hell is Mike Norvell still the coach? How is he still Florida State's coach?
Right.
How?
He's paid a lot of money.
I mean, yeah, but dude.
I know.
1-8.
What it?
Who
hires him next? Is anyone going to hire him?
In the FBS, maybe.
Is anyone going to hire him?
As many wins as Kennesaw.
Wow. Is anyone going to hire him? Is anyone going to hire him?
I am very distracted.
Yeah. For what?
The Bucks are winning the game.
How many basketball games are you watching right now?
4.
Yeah, can we finish this? God damn.
Yeah, I turned the Bucks off, and now they're winning. I should probably turn it back off.
So stop watching. We can finish up in about 15 minutes. All we got to do is talk
some basketball. We haven't won a game in weeks.
I know. Well, they've won one game in weeks. That's it.
That's the problem.
Okay. We have college basketball here. I'm going to give a quick rundown of the top 25. We have this is to start the season. We have Kansas, Bama, UConn, Houston, Iowa State, Gonzaga, Duke, Baylor, UNC, Arizona, Auburn, Tennessee, A&M, Purdue, Creighton, Arkansas, Indiana, Marquette, Texas, Cincy, Florida, UCLA, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Rutgers. Give me how many teams do you have that could realistically, that you would actually put your hard-earned money behind to win the national championship? I have
the Duke Blue Devils because
I have 4.
I have 4 too, but the Duke Blue Devils because
Bingo.
the flag is too good. Con Kneppel is really good as well.
Con Kneppel, I believe, has about like 30 points right now.
Right. They are very good. They have some dudes where it's like that Duke team, it can go back to the promised land.
22.
These aren't like guys who could be good.
No, they are.
They have guys coming in that are already fantastic.
Now, right. So my thing, Duke is also one of mine, so I will also say my piece. Obviously, I coach against Con for the last 3 years. I got to see him twice a year for the last 3 years. 6 games. I don't think I ever saw the guy miss a free throw in 3 years. And then, of course, he missed one tonight, of course. Hilarious. He is very methodical. He's very professional. He does the right play. But the other thing is, so does Cooper Flagg. Those two together, they just got a bunch of dudes. Like they have a good mix. Like they're starting 3 freshmen tonight, plus I think 2 juniors in Foster and Proctor. Like that's a good mix of quality freshmen and good veteran leadership with great experience. Obviously, I'm a Duke fan. For people that don't know, I'm a diehard Duke fan. I have been my whole life. JJ Redick is my all-time favorite player of college basketball.
Do you think he's going to be a great coach? Quickly,
I do, because Cooper Flagg. Oh, did they call steal? Oh, he did get that. I think with JJ Redick, and I listened to a lot of his podcast. I've listened to all of his podcasts, but specifically the stuff with LeBron. He has such a deep understanding of the X's and O's of basketball, and I think some of that stuff is drastically missing in the NBA. Like, there's a couple. I have to find the guy on TikTok because he breaks down like the offense efficiency, the plays, and like goes to a very deep analytical level of like called sets in the NBA. LA used to be one of the worst at it. Now they're in the top like two or three of the NBA. JJ knows ball. People think he's just a white guy who can shoot from Duke.
Dude, I think he's genius. I really do.
He is a basketball savant. Like it is.
I do.
And I understand some of it is, yes, I'm biased. I love JJ Redick, but it's true. He understands X's and O's and he understands what it takes to get there. I mean, he played like 17 years in the league as an unathletic white guy. Like, you have to know shit to do that. Like,
an unathletic white guy.
Like, you got like, right? Am I wrong? He's 6'4".
I don't think he was unathletic.
Oh, he had one dunk in his
because
career.
he played in the NBA for so long.
I'm just saying, 17 years, one dunk in the NBA, like, and he was a below average defender for a majority of his career to the back half when he learned how to actually defend better. I just think he is such a high IQ basketball. He's like the next like Brad Stevens. That's what I'm calling. That's my call. That's my call.
Wow.
Okay, that's Duke. We can get off Duke a little bit. Who else you got?
That was a take.
I love
Duke. That's a clip. Everyone, we got to clip that.
That's a clip. Clip it. Yeah, okay.
I jumped up like, whoa, Brad Stevens.
Yep. That's just a little cherry on top of the ice cream right there. I just gave you a full ice cream sundae of why JJ Redick is a good head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers, and I just hit you with it. He's better than he'll be better than Brad Stevens. All right, who's your second team?
Okay, so should I go? This is my order.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go the Baylor Bears.
Wow. Okay.
By the way, I think Baylor tonight at Gonzaga. What a game! That game's in like 2 hours. What a game we get! Yeah. I think 3 hours actually. But I think Gonzaga is going to win tonight. Gonzaga leading into that. Both of those teams, I think, can win the national title. Yes, I think Gonzaga can win the national title. But Baylor, to talk about Baylor first,
Yeah.
Edgecombe, I think this kid has the possibility. I think him and Cooper are 1-2. I think they're 1-2. I think these guys are guys. Edgecombe played in the Olympic qualifiers. He's been playing with the Bahamas with DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
And
I think there's like 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5.
He's playing pro ball, and he's like been the best player on the team. That's the first time I saw him. When I saw him in the summer, I said, "Yep, this is my team this year." I think it's going to take a minute for them to.
So that I was going to say that was going to be my thing. I don't know. They have to. So my thing against Baylor and Gonzaga, quite frankly, I don't know if their defenses are going to be up to par to win a national championship.
Definitely, but I think that will start to come along toward the second half of the season.
I have more faith in Baylor to do it than I do Gonzaga.
I mean, Gonzaga,
they're both well coached. I never have faith in Gonzaga. That's fair.
You can't. I really like this team because I feel like people aren't really talking about them because they're Gonzaga, even though they're 6th in the country. But I feel like people aren't really talking about them. I think they have all of the guys to win.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna for both. They're both those. It's a great matchup because they're both very built similarly in the sense of they're offensive focused, which is a change for Baylor at least. Baylor for a long time was, I'm gonna D your ass up, and you ain't. We're just gonna figure it out offensively, but I'm gonna D you up. Like, that's my only gripe. I could easily see Baylor fixing that. Gonzaga, I don't have any faith in. Who's your 4th team? You think? So right now you have a 6, 7, and 8th team.
Can I give you a random player for Gonzaga that we need to watch for this year? Sorry, Steele Venters is his name.
What a name!
Transfer from Eastern Washington. He averaged 16.5 points per game last year. He is going to be a guy this year. And now I will move on. The other team is Alabama.
He's a 6'2" guard. He's a 6'7" guard.
Yeah, watch out. Watch out.
I was like, 6'7". Oh, he's probably guard.
Watch out. That's all.
I love that name. I'm in. You know what? I don't really fuck with Gonzaga like that, but I like the name. I'm in.
Yes, he's
in. I'm in.
That's the guy.
Okay, so who's your 4th?
Alabama. Spears is back.
Okay.
I mean, there's just so much talent on that roster.
Top to bottom.
You can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. I don't like the coach at all, to be fair, Nate Oates, but like he wins.
I do like him. But like you said, top to bottom, they probably have the best 1-2 punch. Spears and Nelson. Right?
Yes.
I could see Flag and whatever Duke player. I don't want to say Khan because I don't know. Maybe it is, but I mean, those are 2 seniors who have a lot of experience. I would be shocked if Alabama was not an undefeated 1 seed. I would be shocked.
No, I'm with you. That's a 1 seed team.
Yeah, Alabama is one of mine with Duke. For the same reason. I mean, like I said, I think they have probably the best 1-2 punch in the country. They both can go get buckets. They both Nelson, I think, is going to get better defensively. Not that I ever thought he was bad, but yeah. So I have Alabama. I have Duke. I don't have Baylor or Gonzaga because my concern on their defensive end. I have to go UConn. I think they're just a machine at this point.
They just to me, yeah, for sure.
And then I think they should be the betting favorite. I understand Kansas is number 1 in the country, but
they just lost so much.
Yeah, but they have a lot too. Like,
no, I agree. I agree with you. I just think the thing is, like, college basketball. I know, like, they went back to back, and I was at the Natty. I was on the.
You were.
I was there, and best team I've ever seen, like, play offense. They just moved the ball. It was beautiful.
That's when I say machine. We both appreciate a well coached offense, and my dark horse it's not a dark horse. It's Iowa. They're not my fourth pick.
Iowa State.
It's Iowa State because of how well they're coached offensively. Not what the fuck is going on with Cooper Flagg? What the fuck? Why is he on the floor?
Let's please not get an injury like that. It's your fault if he's hurt. I don't know why.
I mean, he's not. He's kind of like talking while he's getting checked out. So I think they're just kind of. I don't really fucking like that. They went to commercial. I don't like that.
Like that is a guy. That is a guy. By the way, for college basketball, just as a brand, he has to be healthy this year.
Yeah,
but he has to play the whole year. We can't have injury. None of that. Let's not do that.
Yeah, no, that's true. You can't have that.
I need that.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, my fourth team would have been Houston, but I think I'm going to talk myself into Iowa State. I just like their roster.
I like them.
They play a good brand of defensive basketball as well as offensive. They don't. They do. They have the guy, their guard. Is it Jones? No, Lipsey. Lipsey.
Last year.
Curtis Jones and Lipsey. I think that's probably. I don't want to say another great 1-2 punch, but I mean, you got Milan from Pewaukee, who I think did he win Big 12?
Milan's going to be awesome freshman.
I know he made the all freshman team, but I mean, I thought he might have won the freshman of the year last year. He might not have, but you have Tamin Lip. He did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But for Iowa State, you got Curtis Jones, you got Lipsey. They also have some other guys in there.
They have a great team. They can actually score. I think they can score with everyone this year.
I was going to say, I think their offense gets better and their defense still stays quality. They also brought in a fucking 7-1 dude. But Deshaun Jackson, they have another 6'11" senior who I think is going to help protect the rim. I kind of see Iowa State as UConn light. They're well coached. They have a good brand of offense and defensive basketball. And I was high on them last year. I'm high on them this year. That's my other fourth team. So I'm going to say my top four. You say your top four. My top four, I have Alabama, UConn, Iowa State, and Duke in any particular order. Keith, who are your top four to win the national championship?
Alabama, Gonzaga, and right now, under the radar, they're like top 10, I believe, but they're not there. I just think North Carolina is going to be really good. I don't think they're going to win the Natty, but I think they're going to be really good where they're in the top four right now. RJ Davis is back. That's it.
I hate that.
Nah, just saying.
Hey, you know what? It's good. I will say this.
For college basketball.
It's great for college. There's a lot of older guys. You look at Creighton, Kalkbrenner's back. They have a lot of older talent. Houston, Iowa State's got their senior guards. Nelson and Sears over in Alabama. Duke's got a little bit of a mix. Who am I missing from? Not saying, but Rutgers has a good incoming freshman class. Rutgers could make some noises, not as national champion, just they have a young team. They had the number 2 and 3 player in the country come to Rutgers.
Yes.
So
Big Ten is going to be fun. I think the Big Ten actually kind of sucks, but
I think the Big Ten sucks. They're down year.
They're kind of like the Big 12 football, though.
But I will tell you this: sleeper team of the year with new head coach Dusty May, the Michigan Wolverines.
I like him, but I don't know about.
I don't know if I think he's needed another year or two.
Yeah, he does.
like he brought a good amount of people from FAU there, but I think he needs a little bit of time.
Yeah, definitely.
But Big Ten, like we said, is kind of weak, so they could make some noise. They could possibly get in as a. They could get in. You never know. Sure. I think that's all we got. We kind of covered everything in terms of a start. We're going to be talking a lot more basketball as it kind of kicks off. Duke, just to start, On the 12th, so next Tuesday, they play Kentucky. And then 10 days later, they play Arizona. 4 days after that, they play Kansas. A week after that, they play Auburn. Like, a lot of highlight. The best thing about college basketball is teams, because you have 30-some games, you can play top teams early in the season. If you lose, it's not the end of the world. So you get to see high-level matchups to start the year. I love that.
I think you should play them as much as you possibly can, because if you do, it's strength of schedule.
Yeah, and I mean, just on Duke alone, because I know it's pretty solid. I mean, they play 4 top 25 teams of their first 8 games, and then obviously you have ACC, which is always a solid. I think they're kind of down this year, to be honest, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
Well, we'll talk about college basketball.
Yeah, we got so much more college basketball coming. I mean, I think right now the only 2 ACC teams ranked are Duke and North Carolina, but ACC has always got quality teams, and now they're expanding, obviously, with UCLA and Cal and Stanford and all them coming in, SMU. So it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Big 12 is massive. SEC will probably be pretty solid again. But, yeah, we'll probably have a full episode of some previews of conferences, conference winners, player of the year, stuff like that in the next coming weeks. But anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Bucks
we are going to
won.
get out of here. We're going to watch some more college basketball.
Yes, we are.
We'll see you on Wednesday. Peace out.
Only thing with the White Sox, I say they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.